We've had 11 months of tantrums to this date, and we learned so much in the last year. More than Ducky learning things, I have learned so much in spite of my background in counseling and child development. And this video is all about how tantrums have progressed, what we have done, what worked and what hasn't. Welcome to Kanika's Corner. I am a counselor with 15 years of experience and I have 2 young children, and this channel is all about my experiences throughout my life. It was the 20th of December 2023. Tapas was just a month old. She was all ready to go to school. Christmas celebration, she'd been thinking Santa Claus is coming to town, jingle bell, jingle bell. She was all dressed up. I was listening to music on my phone. First she heard one song, then she heard another, and then she was like, no, I want to hear more and more and more. And it was time to leave for school. She said, no, I don't want to go, I want to listen to more songs. I said, no, it's time to go. And she turned around and said, no, I won't go. And she kicked a fuss. She refused to get her school bag. She didn't want to climb into the cycle. I'm like, what happened? It was so unexpected. I mean, the meltdown, the crying, the screaming, the kicking legs. We had never expected any of that. 1 hour. The first time was 1 hour. And by the end of that hour, both of us were like, whew. She was physically exhausted. She slept off, she had a short nap after that. I just needed a break to, refigure and see, excuse me, but what just happened to all of us? That was the first tantrum. And I would say we've had thousands of them since then. We've learned so much. We've gotten better at managing them, and that is life with a toddler. Gentle parenting is such a beautiful way of doing things. The problem with this younger age group of 2 to 3 year olds is that having a conversation while they're having a meltdown doesn't work, purely for the fact that reasoning in the middle, it's like their reasoning switch is switched off at that point. So having a discussion with them while they're throwing that tantrum gets you nowhere. Other than that, if you say, this is okay, this is not okay, that helps them understand the situation a lot more. Once they're 5 years old, right? At that point, while they're, saying, no, I want this, I only want this, that's when we can sit down and have a conversation with them and say, why can't you have it? Why shouldn't you have it? Or, what's the alternative and why is the alternative nicer? At the point when I put up the previous video on tantrums, a tantrum would last anywhere from 1 to 3 hours a day, continuously, absolutely no break in between. And we could have, 2 sessions of such tantrums. So absolutely exhausting for both Ducky and me. But you know what? By following the methods that I have, the tantrums have come down significantly. It's now a few minutes and I've not been able to capture it for that reason. And I've got to say, it is such a relief. Fingers crossed that by talking about this, we don't go back to those months. The most important thing that I've learned over the last year is patience. Patience, patience, patience. If I blow my fuse, then the tantrum just grows longer, bigger, and doesn't help. Staying consistent is very important. If we are able to help the child understand that these situations are okay, these situations are not, helps the child understand much faster that, okay, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do. What is acceptable, what is not, where can she be like this, where can't she be like this, If we are as consistent as possible and react as much the same way as possible, it helps our child, helps us also understand what needs to be done in every situation. Another point that has really helped us is having everyone on the same page. I belong to a very large joint family, very diverse views, opinions, and therefore different ways of bringing up children. Everyone has a different opinion. So this is a classic example, okay? Sweets has been something that I have restricted. I don't want her to be an overweight child. It has its own set of issues that I have faced myself, and we don't want those repercussions on her, right? We are learning from our mistakes. Everyone has a sweet tooth in the family. Major tantrums when we initially started saying no to sweets, because I would say no, but then she knew, someone else was saying yes. And it took a lot of convincing to help them understand why I didn't want Ducky to have sweets available at the drop of a hat. Once Ducky understood that, everyone is going to behave the same way, that's when, the tantrum became, I want a sweet one. And when everyone said no, tantrum gone down and she would continue with her next job. Big difference to have everyone on the same page. Being careful about what we promise our children doing during a meltdown is as important. And I'll tell you why. At that point during a meltdown, we just want the child to calm down. And we also want to calm down. So we may say, I'll get you this, I'll get you that, just stop crying. And in the moment, they may, stop crying with just the first thing in the list that we have rattled off. Our children's memories are excellent. They're going to remember that we said X, Y, Z and ABC. And at another point, they're going to turn around and say, I want that ABC. You said if I stop doing this or if I do this, then you will give that to me. I want it now. You better give it to me now, right? That is how children are. So if we will remind ourselves that, we have to be as calm during this time as possible, be as collected as possible, then we'll go through this phase much better. If the day has been full of whinings and groanings and all of that, then what I try and do is get another family member to take care of Ducky for a few minutes to an hour, depending on how well she does without me. Ducky and I are having lunch together, and this has been sort of something that has helped us a lot. Doing things one-on-one with her whenever possible, whether it's an activity, it's part of the regular routine, it's just a few minutes a day, has made her feel a lot more comfortable. This last year has been one of the most difficult of my life. Being strict and following all of these boundaries that I have set, where, I would have loved to have just cuddled and, held Gauri through all of these issues. But I realized that our method worked. That even though I was strict with her and I had to put my foot down and say, sorry, this is not possible, and just be strong through all the meltdowns, it's actually helped us get over this phase faster, and therefore I think my method is working. And I don't know what this little chap is going to do. While I still can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm very happy that we're progressing in the tunnel. We are moving along. Funnily enough, those friends and family members with children who are like in that 5 to 8 year age group laugh at me and say, wait until you reach that, and reasoning is so much more advanced, their logic, their arguments, and of course they're physically stronger. And then those who are teens and pre-teens, just pat me on my head and say, we'll wait to see how you deal with those challenges. And I think what has helped has been my degree in counseling and my work in child development has helped me understand that these issues will crop up, right? All of this is expected to happen. How I will deal with it, I don't know. But I will keep you all updated.